Okay, we are going to continue. Let me share my screen here. Okay, so let's look at this passage. I see the passage is titled Tiger Lily. I know Tiger Lily is a character in the book Peter Pan. This passage could be about her. This time, let's read the passage. It says, the tiger lily is yellow and orange flower. It is in the lily family of flowers. It has black spots and stripes. That is how it got its name. The tiger lily is found all over the world. Some people grow it to eat it. This time I did not make a good prediction based on the clues I had. I said it would be about a character in the book. This passage is about a flower. The flower is orange and has black spots and stripes, which is how it got its name. So usually when we make predictions, we feel satisfied when our predictions about the text come true, and we kind of feel like not as happy whenever they do not, or maybe even surprised. Okay, so our text today is informational. Okay, so let me make a prediction about what I'm going to read about on this page. I see the heading says communication now and then. I know the text is called From the Telegraph to the Internet, which tells me about ways of communicating long ago and in modern times. There is also a text at the bottom. There is also a text box at the bottom of the page that defines the word communicate. I think I'm going to learn a little about communication on this page. I think I'll learn communication in the past and the present. So I'm going to read this page to you. Imagine that your team just won an important baseball game. The team won because you hit a home run. You're very excited and very proud of yourself. You want to tell your grandmother who played baseball when she was young. You're sure she would like to hear all about it, but she lives hundreds of miles away. Do you pick up the telephone and dial her number? Maybe you send an email or start video chatting with her. You could ask your mom to use her cellular phone. Any of these methods of communication would work. But what if you lived in the year 1850? What would you do then? Your only choice would be to send grandma a letter through the mail. That could take days. And then down here it says Pony Express rider carrying mail and riding by men stringing telegraph wires in the 1800s. And then our word to know is communicate, to pass information to someone else. Long ago, writing a letter was the only way to communicate with people far away. So we're going to go ahead and add this information to an idea tree. So you're going to need a piece of paper. Hopefully you have your notebook. And let me move this around. So our topic of the idea tree is going to be tools we use to communicate. And then we are going to have a main idea for each page. We're going to have 5 bubbles. So to set it up, you're going to want to make your 5 bubbles. So I'm going to do 5 main ideas. Put one up here. I might not be making my bubbles big enough, but that's okay. And then I'm going to put the page numbers for each one. So this one was page 37 that I just read. We'll put page 38, page 39, page 40, and page 41. Okay, and then I just read on page 37 that it was communication now and then. So that's what I'm going to title this. Communication now and then. So that was the main idea of the page. And then if I wanted to add some details, I could say we learned that to communicate means to pass information. Okay, and we also learned that they used letters in the 1850s. Mail could take days to travel. So I'm going to add that. I feel like that was pretty important. And I'm going to, okay, and then I'm also going to add that they used a telephone, email, and cell phone to meet. We use the telephone, email, and cell phone to communicate today. And if you need to pause this part because you're watching at home, feel free to do that. Okay, so let's look at our questions that we're going to have today. So here we go. The first one says, what prediction did you make about the text before reading, and what clues did you make? What clues did you use to make this prediction? So that's when you're going to be starting on page 38 for this prediction. So before you read page 38, make a prediction and think about what clues you used to make it. Number 2 says, what is Morse code? 3 says, how is the telephone different from Morse code? Is it the telephone sends sounds over wires? The telephone sends pictures over wires? The telephone sends digital letters over wires? Or the telephone sends electric shocks over wires? And then number 4 says, why do people listen to the radio? Okay, so you're going to be reading page 38 to 40. Don't forget to make a prediction before you read page 38. So go ahead and do that and then come back to this video, because we are going to fill in the main ideas of 38, 39, and 40. Okay, so now that you're back, hopefully you filled in the main ideas for each page. So I have early machines, the telegraph, dots and dashes to voice the telephone, and through the air from telephone to radio. And then we're going to be reading this one next time. So you're going to go back. If you need to pause that to write those down, that's fine if you're watching it at home. You're going to answer your questions. So we've been talking about predicting and what that looks like, and we've made an idea tree to help us summarize our information as we go along. And we have talked about our new vocabulary words. That is our lesson for today.